I would say the roast potato is probably the most important thing on a Christmas dinner. If you're rocking up and going, oh, I thought we'd have new potatoes instead, right? I think you're stupid. I think you're silly. The roast spud is fundamental to a Christmas dinner. And I've done videos in the past showing you how to make roast potatoes. It's nothing new, but these are gonna be a little bit special, a little bit extra. So come on, let's crack on. First things first, chicken. And the first thing we need to do is get the oven on to 180. Now you might be thinking, why the hell are you getting some chicken out of the fridge? Well, we're going to make a flavour dust to season our roast spuds. This is what's going to make them a little bit extra. So what I'm going to do, I've got some chicken thighs. You can skip this step. You don't have to do this, but you know, if you want your roast spuds to be that little bit special, this is going to make all the difference. So I've got a couple of chicken thighs, and I'm just going to take off the skin. And I've got a roasting tray here with a bit of baking paper, and I'm going to place the skin nice and flat like so. I know it looks all a little bit like Ed Geenish, but trust me, right? I tested these out on my neighbour friends and they got a massive thumbs up, so it works. Then what we're going to do is take another piece of baking paper, place that on top of your chicken skins, then get another tray and pop that on top. Okay, and then whack that in the oven for about 15-20 minutes or so, just until the skins are nice and crispy, golden, crunchy, lovely and delicious. Now to get the perfect roast potato, it all starts with a spud. Let's talk about it, let's get into it. You are never going to get the perfect roast potato if you don't start with the right spud. It's the #1 factor that contributes towards the fact that you get good roast potatoes or you get ones. So don't go to the supermarket and buy those bags of potatoes that just say like white potatoes on them, because they're not going to be good. And there's a number of varieties that you can use, like Maris Piper's good, Desiree, Rooster, but in my opinion, the King Edward is the king of roast spuds. They're very unique looking, they've got this sort of pink eye on the end, but what they also have is a nice high starch content, which means they're going to crisp up beautifully. Right, so obviously the first thing we're going to do is peel them, which you don't need to see me do that because it's boring. Right, so my spuds are nicely peeled. Now in terms of quantity, you know, you're going to look at about 2 potatoes per person, all right? So that many per person, which is going to make like 4 roast potatoes plus a few extra for seconds, okay? So what I'm going to do is just cut them down, like the smaller ones in half, and then obviously the bigger ones into 3s, and then just place them into a large pot and then fill that with water. I'm just going to give them a quick rinse as well, and then place that onto the hob, and I'm going to whack this onto its max setting, so number 6, bring that to a boil and add plenty of salt, just your normal like common or garden table salt is fine for this, but you want to add a good like tablespoon of salt, because that's going to really kind of get into the potato and season it from the inside. Right, problem number 1, okay? You might be thinking you're going to save time, but like I said, you can stick the kettle on, boil the water, stick it in the pan, and add your potatoes into already boiling water. Don't! The reason we add the potatoes to cold water and then bring it up to the boil is because if you were to add the potatoes to already boiling water, the outside of the potato is going to cook quicker than the inside, which means the outside is going to be all like overcooked, horrible and mushy, and the inside is still going to be raw. So put the potatoes into cold water and then bring it up to the boil. Right, so I'm going to get my little whizzer machine. Don't worry if you haven't got one of these, you can put the stuff in a freezer bag and kind of bash it up that way, or just chop it up with a knife nice and fine. So I'm going to add my chicken skin. How crispy that is. This is going to be like supercharged, super savoury stuff, this. My sage leaves, good pinch of salt, good few twists of black pepper, and a very special magical ingredient, bit of disco salt. MSG, don't be scared of it, it's delicious, it's fine. You don't need a lot. I'm going to go in with about 1/4 teaspoon. Again, this is just going to boost those savoury notes and just make the potatoes uber savoury and delicious. Now whack the lid on and just kind of blitz it up. And then I'm just going to decant that into a little dish. The smell coming off this is like intense. Let's try a little bit. Wow. That is like the savouriest thing you're ever going to eat. That's going to turn your roast spuds into something special. I can tell you that for free. Right, so once your spuds are boiling, you're going to want to simmer those for about 10 to 15 minutes, all right? Take them as far as you dare. I'm not that confident, but if you take them to a point where they're almost falling apart, you're going to have the best roast spuds. But essentially what you want is for the outside to be all sort of craggy, because all those sort of gnarly bits are going to end up being nice and crispy for your finished roast spud, but they're not quite there yet. So I'm going to give those another 5 minutes or so.
Eventually.
Right, I think these are about as far as I dare. Okay, but what you're looking for, bring you in a little bit closer. Okay, come on, focus, focus. You see how the edges are nice and soft, okay? You can put your knife through, it's nice and tender. And those sort of craggy bits are going to make a really nice crispy roast potato, but we need to get these off the heat. So I've got a colander here. I'm just going to tip these out. Now, top tip, the number one enemy of a good roast potato is moisture, and all that steam that's coming off it is moisture. So what I'm going to do is just leave these for about 5 minutes so most of that excess steam can kind of evaporate off, and that's going to help us get a really nice crispy spud. Moisture is the enemy. And I've also preheated my oven to 220 degrees Celsius. Conversions will be up on the screen. But let's talk about fat. Now you can just use like sunflower or veg oil. It's absolutely fine. But if you really want to ramp up the flavour, there's only one fat for me, and that is beef dripping. It is the best fat for roast spuds, I think. Use duck fat, goose fat. In fact, I've even used ghee before to roast potatoes, which is also delicious. But we're going to use some beef dripping. So I'm going to get my my roasting tray. I'm going to add I'll wedge it all in. A good amount of beef dripping, and then I'm going to wedge this in the oven to kind of melt and preheat. You know, I need to clean that oven.
Soon after.
And another issue you might come across is if you like take your roast potatoes out and they're all mushy, they're not crisping up. Again, moisture. So if you've got like a turkey in there, roast beef, goose, chicken, whatever it is you're having for Christmas Day, take it out. A roast potato needs a hot, dry oven. If you've got like a joint of meat in there, it's going to create steam, moisture, and they're never going to go crispy. So take your joint of meat out, let it rest, and then put your spuds in. Don't know what's happening there. Why is it moving on its own? Got a bloody haunted pot. Okay, so most of the steam has kind of evaporated off now. It's, you know, these are ready to go. So what I'm going to do is just very gently, just kind of ruffle them up a little bit. Okay, be careful because you don't want them to completely fall apart. Just give them a little toss. Invariably, you're going to have like one or two kind of, you know, casualties like that, but it'll all come out in the wash. So now we can get our preheated roasting pan. Make sure that fat is nice and hot. Then toss your spuds straight in. And then just kind of turn them around in that fat. And another top tip is don't overcrowd the pan. Don't cram too many in there. Okay, they need space to breathe, if you like. If you overcrowd the pan, again, it's going to create moisture, steam, and they're not going to crisp up. Okay, and then whack those back in the oven. And then roast them in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. And every sort of 10 minutes or so, you want to turn them, get them coated in that fat. And then for about the last 10 minutes or so, we're going to add the aromats. You don't want to add them now because they're going to burn. But keep an eye on them until they're nice and golden and crispy. But there's a lot of smoke in this flipping kitchen. My eyes are all red.
One debt to society later.
Right, so we are about 10 minutes away from those spuds being ready. So we're going to add some aromats. So I've got some fresh rosemary. And I'm also going to add some garlic. Take a few cloves, about 4 I'd say. And I'm not going to bother to peel the garlic, I'm just going to cut it down the middle. Let's get these spuds out. And wedge in that garlic, that rosemary. You can see, look, how lovely and golden they're becoming. And then just turn them around. And then I'm going to whack those back in for about another 10-15 minutes or so.
346 minutes later.
Right, these puppies are done, I think. Now they look amazing, if I do say so myself, but I'm just going to take out all the aromats, the rosemary and the garlic, because they've done their job. And remember the seasoning salt we made earlier? We're going to add that to our spuds. Just be quite generous with it, be liberal. And then toss those spuds in all of that wonderful seasoning. And there you have ultra crispy, super perfect roast potatoes. It's going to be an envy of all your guests. They're still really hot, but I'm going in. Those are the best roast spuds you'll ever have in your life. Crispy on the outside, nice and creamy and fluffy in the middle. That is a banging spud. And that chicken skin seasoning salt just elevates them. Just takes them to a whole new level. It's worth doing. But listen, I'm going to bugger off because I'm going to polish these off. I'm going to eat the whole bowl of these. And I'll see your gorgeous faces next time. Ta-ra for now.